trying to move too much. Sometimes I'm like, trying to move when I talk, so I'm like, just,
Was that moving too much?
No,
you were good. We're good?
Yeah.
Okay. So, who are you, how old are you, and what did you suffer from?
So my name is Greg Dennis. I'm 27, and I've had bouts of depression and I guess anxiety as well. Yeah.
Okay, so how long did or do you have it for?
Well, the depression was sort of just a 1 or 2 time thing, probably like a month or so each time, and anxiety is the sort of every now and then. I find it when I'm in shopping centres actually, that mainly I get sort of a bit anxious there. So the anxiety is sort of, an ongoing, but every now and then.
Yeah. So what age were you when you started to notice it?
So the depression was when I was 21 or 22. And the anxiety is when I've been getting older and less tolerant of crowds. So probably the anxiety sort of started the last few years, I guess.
Okay, so is there anything you know of that could have triggered it?
Well, the depression actually came from an ex-boyfriend of mine who was emotionally and physically abusive. So that sort of, I let it go on and on and on, and then sort of I got to a point and was just like, oh shit, oh sorry, or damn. Like I sort of realised what it was. And it was I broke a cup and just started crying, and I was like, well, this isn't right. And so I went and saw someone.
Okay. So who knows that you have suffered from these mental illnesses?
So family, friends, obviously doctors. Like I'm obviously fairly open to talking about it because a lot of people don't talk about it. And we've had a lot of friends go through depression and things that it's good to sort of talk to people who also go through it.
Okay, so who was the first person that you told?
I think it was Mum. I think I called her and was just like, I broke a glass, just like, okay, go see someone. I'm like, okay, I will.
Do you think that really helped you?
Well, and like I've also had other family members go through depression as well, so that was sort of good to know that it's fine to go to a doctor and to go get help, because a lot of people sort of get a bit funny about doing that.
So what impact has this had on your life?
Well, obviously with the anxiety, I just try and steer clear of shopping centres. But the depression, it's made me look at the warning signs, and so sort of see those precursors to it so that it sort of doesn't happen again.
Okay, so did the media or social media have any effect on you in terms of your mental illness?
Not really. Media, I sort of don't pay attention to. It just makes me sort of aggravated more than anything. And social media, like I've never taken that sort of stuff too seriously. Yes and no.
So, you mentioned that you notice more of the warning signs. Would you say that that's your coping method?
Well, when I do sort of see the warning signs, it's then that I sort of try and either take myself out of those situations or go for a walk sometimes, like actually just do physical exercise to sort of get my body moving. I also tend to do a lot of work, like I do a lot of projects, and so I sort of try and focus on those sort of things that I can obviously control and can do, to just get my mind off that thought.
Okay, so if you had a button in front of you that would take all this away, would you press it?
I don't think so. Like, obviously it would have been better not to have to go through it, but then without going through it, then I wouldn't have learned how to deal with it. Because obviously a lot of people do have these sort of things at one point in their life, so I think it's sort of better to learn almost at a younger age of how to deal with it, so it doesn't become a really big issue at a later age. So no.
Okay, so what do you hope that this interview will do in terms of other people going through the same thing as you?
Well, I guess it's just so that people understand that it is fine to talk about, and it is fine to have depression or anxiety or anything, because a lot of people do, and just as long as you sort of deal with it in a rational and logical way, that it's okay to just go talk to people, or go see a doctor, or go get on medication if you need to. Just so that they know there are avenues to go down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Like-
Yay,